Jimbo's Garage.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Jimbo's Garage. Well, it's been a few weeks since we've put up a video, and I apologize for that, but there's lots of content going on here in the shop. I'm currently working on a project that's taken me a long time, and I'm just going to give you a little sneak peek. It's a retractable train track platform is what it is. So I'm working on this project and realized it quickly that my 5-foot by 10-foot welding table isn't big enough for this current project that I'm working on, and that I needed to do something a little bit different. In the very beginning of this project, I just clamped on pieces of metal to the table here in hopes that that would be able to work for what I'm doing, and then I quickly realized that that wasn't suitable and wasn't good enough, that I had to do something different. So what I did is I made an extension to my welding table right here. Basically for this particular project I'm working on. I've added about 14 inches to the long side of the table here and about 24 inches to the other side of the table, giving me the room that I need to build this project that I'm working on. Now, one of the convenient things about this is having a certified flat welding table like this one. All of them are different, or many of them are different. The one I has half by 13 threaded holes and 5/8 or 22 millimeter solid holes. So I'm able to actually bolt to the table here. So quickly realizing that, I decided I needed to try to make something quickly for this project I'm working on. I looked around the shop and I happened to have a lot of 1-inch by 2-inch rectangular tubing, and I thought maybe this would be suitable for what I needed to do. So I quickly grabbed that stuff, started making some cuts, and pretty much built this extension in place just as you see it. Started off by just drilling and bolting a long piece off of either side, and then welding the 1.5 or 1 by 2-inch rectangular tubing accordingly. You know, on the sides here it's about 14 inches apart, these rails, and then on the long side down here they're about 22 inches apart. That's going to equal out. It's going to provide some good stability for what I'm building right here. It really worked out really good. Everything has stayed nice and flat and nice and level all the way across both sides, so it's going to create a nice even level platform to work with. What I did do since I built it in place is I welded all the joints I could possibly weld from this side up. I haven't done anything to the bottom. I didn't feel I needed to get down there. This again was supposed to be something that was temporary for this project, but I liked it so well the way it's turned out that I'm just going to go ahead and unbolt it when I'm done, and I'm going to store it and be able to reuse it for future projects. Alright, so when I was building this thing, I was kind of building as I go, like I do, and just trying to get things figured out. I went the full length of the table. It's 5 feet all the way out to the distance here, and the full length of the table 10 feet down that way. And if I was to do it again now, because I really like the way this turned out, is I would add the equal distance that I did on this side of the table down that side. But that's okay. It's providing me about 11 feet by about 7.5 feet wide of flat surface to work with. Now the 1 by 2-inch rectangular tubing, this is an 0.63 wall thickness. It's about 1/16 of an inch thick. I'm really pleased the way the amount of support that this actually takes. I mean, I could probably get up and stand on it. I'm 250 pounds. But hey, for anything that you're going to put on this, or anything that I'm going to put on it, in most cases it's going to be some sort of a frame of some sort. This is going to be really, really suitable for that project. Okay, so using this 1 by 2 rectangular tubing 0.63, it's fairly lightweight. The only thing about this is it might be a little bit awkward being 10 feet long and 5 feet across, but the value that adds to the table right here is really going to be worth it. The cost of something like this, I would imagine this is maybe 3 20-foot lengths of 1 by 2-inch rectangular tubing at the cost of maybe 20-25 bucks a piece, so maybe $75 is a pretty inexpensive price to pay. The time it took me to do this is about 4 or 5 hours on a Sunday afternoon. it adds really great value to the table if you're doing something like this. Fortunately for me, my table has the 1/2 by 13 threaded holes. Your tables may not. If you don't, it might be worth it to you to drill and tap a couple of holes on the side and be able to bolt something like this up to it. Again, it's temporary. As soon as I'm done with this project, it's going to come down. Luckily, I've got a place to store it, and I'll be able to reuse it down the road. All right, so I hope you guys see some value that it added to my table here. If you've got something like this at your house or your workshop, I suggest that you do something like this. It was a great addition to my table for this project. I also want to point out I've got a live broadcast planned here in the next few weeks. I'm going to give everyone plenty of notice for that, and tune in for that. We'll check it all out. That's always fun. I can answer any questions that you guys may have, and we're going to go over some new additions to the shop. Speaking of new additions to the shop, I've got some really nice stuff coming. One of them is a brand new Kent USA 1340 lathe. And I'm really excited about that. The old Atlas, the 42 Atlas over here has seen its last days, and it is time to get something new. I went ahead and invested on a new lathe. I'm really excited to see that. Also, got a new piece of welding equipment from HTP I want to share with you guys. That's also something new, and a couple of other new things as well coming. All that stuff is going to be coming, and we're going to be sharing a lot of that with you. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this and I hope you learned something from it. Don't forget to check out our website at JIMBO'SGarage.com. We got some t-shirts there, some hats, torch lead holders. Everyone's got torch lead holders. And one thing also is my table dogs. They're going to be coming soon with the new lathe. That's going to help speed up production, and those are going to be up on the website here soon. Also, follow us on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook. See you guys in the next video.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.